Have you ever wondered why so many Italians live well into their 90s and even past 100, while in America many people struggle to make it to their mid-70s? The gap is shocking. And here's the thing, it isn't just luck or genetics. It's about daily choices, traditions, and the way life is lived. When you understand these differences, you'll see that a longer, healthier, more fulfilling life isn't out of reach. In fact, what Italians do every day proves that simple habits, repeated consistently, can extend life by decades. This video is especially important for those of us in our later years. Because the truth is, every decision we make now still has a huge impact on the future. Italians show us that longevity isn't just about medicine or hospitals. It's built around food, community, balance, movement, and respect for aging. Today we're going to uncover 5 surprising reasons Italians often live to 100 and beyond, while many Americans stop decades earlier. By the end, you'll not only understand the differences, but also learn simple ways to bring these powerful habits into your own life. So, let's dive in. Reason number 1, daily eating habits. One of the clearest differences between Italians and Americans is right on the dinner table. Italians rely heavily on the Mediterranean diet, a lifestyle of eating that's been praised by doctors worldwide. This diet is rich in vegetables, fruits, beans, whole grains, fish, and of course, olive oil. Meals are simple, fresh, and often prepared at home. But there's another key. Meals are usually shared with family. In contrast, many Americans rely on fast food, packaged meals, and processed snacks filled with sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats. Over time, these foods damage the heart, clog the arteries, and lead to obesity, diabetes, and chronic inflammation. These aren't just buzzwords. These are the very things that shorten life by years, sometimes decades. Think of Anna, an 82-year-old woman from Naples. Her daily routine is consistent. Fruit in the morning, a modest lunch of beans and greens, and a small dinner with pasta, fresh vegetables, and olive oil. Now compare her to George, a 78-year-old American who often eats frozen dinners or grabs fast food on the way home. Anna's meals fuel her body with nutrients that protect her brain and heart. George's meals, on the other hand, silently chip away at his health. Over time, the difference is dramatic. Science backs this up. Diets heavy in processed foods create chronic inflammation in the body, a silent fire that fuels almost every age-related disease, from Alzheimer's to heart failure. Meanwhile, the Mediterranean diet lowers cholesterol, protects blood vessels, and provides antioxidants that defend the brain. Here's a simple self-check. Think back to the past week. How many of your meals were built around fresh vegetables, beans, or fish, compared to something that came out of a box, bag, or drive-thru? If your answer is not many, that's a warning sign. But here's the good news. You don't have to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Small steps matter. Try replacing one processed meal each day with something Mediterranean-inspired. A small salad, a drizzle of olive oil on bread, or swapping chips for nuts can already make a difference. If shopping fresh feels overwhelming, frozen vegetables and beans are affordable, nutritious, and easy to cook. Little by little, these changes add up. And just like Anna, you'll be fueling your body for a long, vibrant life. Reason number 2, social connections. Another secret to Italian longevity is found in their deep love for relationships. In Italy, family meals are a daily ritual. Neighbors know each other. Elders are respected and actively included in family and community life. Loneliness is rare because people are constantly surrounded by loved ones. In contrast, many older Americans experience social isolation. Children move far away. Seniors live alone. Neighborhoods are spread out and conversations are often replaced with television or social media. This difference doesn't just affect happiness, it literally affects lifespan. Take Maria, an 85-year-old from Sicily. Every evening she shares dinner with her children and grandchildren. They laugh, tell stories, and remind her that she's valued and loved. Now, compare that to Thomas, a 79-year-old American widower who spends most evenings eating alone in front of the TV. While Maria's heart is strengthened by connection, Thomas's risk of depression, dementia, and poor health grows because of isolation. Science is crystal clear. Loneliness is as harmful to health as smoking or obesity. It raises stress hormones, weakens immunity, and increases the risk of early death. Meanwhile, social bonds protect memory, lift mood, and encourage people to stay active. Quick self-check. When was the last time you had a face-to-face conversation with someone who truly cares about you? If it's been days or weeks, it's time to take action. Start small. Call a friend, invite a neighbor over for coffee, join a church group, community class, or walking club. If family lives far away, schedule regular video calls. Even simple connections can add years to your life and make those years more joyful. And if you're still watching, comment the number 2 down below. That tells me you value connection too, and it also lets me know you're still with me. Reason number 3, pace of life and stress. Here's one that often gets overlooked. Italians live longer, partly because they slow down. In many Italian towns, afternoons are reserved for rest. Meals are savored. Work is important, but it never dominates life. Compare that to America, where schedules are packed, rest is seen as laziness, and productivity is often valued more than health. Over decades, this constant stress takes a heavy toll. Chronic stress is one of the biggest silent killers in America. It raises blood pressure, fuels heart disease, disrupts sleep, and even damages memory. Now picture Antonio, a 76-year-old Italian retiree. His day begins with a walk to the market, followed by a relaxed lunch with his wife, and evenings sitting in the piazza chatting with friends. Now compare him to Robert, a 74-year-old American who still works part-time, eats lunch at his desk, and spends evenings worrying about bills. Antonio's calmer rhythm protects his mind and body. Robert's constant stress silently wears his health down. Science confirms this. Long-term stress keeps cortisol, the body's main stress hormone, too high for too long. This damages blood vessels, weakens immunity, and accelerates aging. On the other hand, relaxation lowers cortisol, improves sleep, and keeps the mind sharper well into old age. Self-check. Do you give yourself permission to rest without guilt? If your answer is rarely, it might be costing you years of life. Here's how you can bring some Italian calm into your life. Make one meal each day a slow meal. No TV, no phone. Just sit and taste your food. Take short breaks to step outside. Breathe deeply or sip tea. If possible, allow yourself a short nap or quiet rest in the afternoon. Stress either shortens your life or lengthens it. The choice is in how you pace your days. Reason number 4, movement and daily activity. Another huge difference. Italians move constantly. They walk to the market, climb stairs, carry groceries, and stroll through the piazza in the evenings. Physical activity isn't treated as a chore. It's simply part of life. In America, cars dominate transportation. Many neighborhoods aren't walkable, and long hours are spent sitting. This sedentary lifestyle weakens muscles, raises the risk of heart problems, and makes independence in later years harder to maintain. Think of Giovanni, an 80-year-old in Florence. Every morning he walks a few blocks to buy bread, greets his neighbors, and carries his groceries home. Compare him to Carol, a 77-year-old in the U.S. who drives everywhere, uses delivery apps, and spends much of the day sitting. Giovanni's regular movement keeps his body flexible and strong. Carol's inactivity slowly steals her strength and health. Research shows even light activity, like walking 20-30 minutes a day, reduces stroke risk, improves memory, and lowers the chance of falls. The human body is designed to move, and when it does, it rewards you with years of extra vitality. Quick check. How many steps do you take in a typical day? If it's below 5,000, your body may be asking for more. Here's how to start. Park farther away. Take the stairs when you can. Add an evening walk after dinner. You don't need marathons. Gentle, steady activity is enough to add years of strength and independence. If you're still here, comment the number 4 below. It shows me you're committed to moving forward with this knowledge. Reason number 5, attitude toward aging. Perhaps the most powerful reason Italians live longer is their attitude toward aging itself. In Italy, elders are honored as sources of wisdom and experience. Grandparents often live near or with family, playing active roles in raising grandchildren and guiding younger generations. Aging is seen as a stage of dignity, not decline. In America, the culture often celebrates youth. Seniors sometimes feel sidelined, undervalued, or even invisible. This lack of purpose can deeply affect health. Consider Lucia, an 84-year-old Italian grandmother. Her family visits daily, asks her advice, and treats her as a cornerstone of the household. She feels proud, useful, and loved. Compare that to John, an 80-year-old American who rarely sees his children and spends most days watching TV, feeling forgotten. Lucia's sense of purpose strengthens her will to live. John's loneliness erodes his spirit. Research shows seniors who feel valued live longer, stay sharper, and maintain better health. In fact, a positive attitude toward aging has been linked to as much as 7 extra years of life. Ask yourself, do you still see your life as meaningful? Do you believe your wisdom matters? If your answer feels uncertain, that's where to start. Practical steps can help. Share stories with grandchildren or younger friends. Volunteer in your community. Teach a skill you've mastered. These actions remind you and others that your presence is a gift. By embracing aging as a season of wisdom instead of decline, you give your body and mind a reason to thrive. Final thoughts. So, now that we've explored these 5 reasons, eating habits, social connections, pace of life, daily movement, and attitude toward aging, it's clear why Italians often live decades longer than Americans. And here's the best part. You don't have to live in Italy to adopt these habits. You can start today, right where you are. You can choose fresher meals. You can choose to move more. You can choose to strengthen your social circle, slow down, and honor the wisdom of age. Longevity isn't about counting years. It's about filling those years with energy, meaning, and joy. And the truth is, you have more control over your future than you might realize. So take a moment right now. Which of these 5 areas speaks to you most strongly? Which one could you start improving today? Even a single small step, like cooking one fresh meal, taking a short walk, or calling someone you love, can set you on a path toward a longer, richer life. I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share the one habit you'd like to bring into your own life. Reading your stories not only inspires me, it inspires everyone else in this community. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could benefit. Your support helps us keep creating content that informs and inspires. Thank you for joining me today. Here's to living not just longer, but better.